There are two types of rationality. Epistemic rationality is the willingness to update one's beliefs based on logic, critical thinking, and empirical evidence. Instrumental rationality, by contrast, is the ability to make good decisions and achieve goals effectively. For both types, we can first embrace rationality by living in accordance with reason, that's being rational. Second, oppose rationality by thinking and acting contrary to reason, that's being irrational or emotional. Or third, we can transcend rationality by venturing beyond reason, which is to be spiritual. So let's look at these three options one after another. The first one was embracing rationality, being rational. We embrace epistemic rationality when we have a desire for truth. We want to have knowledge, we want to have accurate beliefs about the world, so we explore nature, study the universe, apply scientific methods, and seek to overcome our cognitive biases. And we embrace instrumental rationality when we do what we truly want. We want to achieve meaningful goals and succeed in life, so we make intelligent plans and exert willpower, self-discipline, to follow through with them. Now, the second option was opposing rationality, being irrational. We oppose epistemic rationality when we hold on to beliefs that contradict logic and empirical evidence. Epistemically irrational people commit logical fallacies, believe in the literal truth of divine revelational texts, believe in supernatural forces and spiritual entities that exist in or can interact with our world, overstate the epistemic value of subjective feelings, and believe in the quote-unquote truth of emotional convictions. And then we can also oppose instrumental rationality when we make stupid decisions, ground plans in faulty reasoning, or give in to akrasia, weakness of will. Instrumentally irrational people act impulsively, let emotions and biases dictate their plans, lack the discipline to stay on a reasonable path, and place values and principles over outcomes. By the way, opposing instrumental rationality often causes rationalization, the misleading use of epistemic rationality when instrumental rationality fails. We rationalize whenever we come up with smart excuses for stupid decisions or for self-control failures, in order to hide our true motivation, weak character, or ego-threatening emotions such as fear, shame, or insecurity. The third option was transcending rationality, being spiritual. We transcend epistemic rationality when we have convictions that do not fit into the language game of science. For example, the pantheistic belief that God is nature, God equals nature, is beyond reason because it opens the language game of mysticism. Another example is the spiritual belief that love is the fabric of life. From a rational perspective, such statements are not false, but meaningless. The reason is that capitalized spiritual terms like God, nature, love, and life denote esoteric experiences rather than exoteric forces or biological processes. Mystical beliefs are irrational only if they're used in a scientific language game so that they interfere with epistemic rationality. A classic example is the idea of quantum healing, which of course contradicts reason rather than transcending it. And finally, we transcend instrumental rationality when we are on a way without a goal, in a state of mindfulness, perfectly present to the moment. For example, meditating under a tree in the forest is beyond reason because it is an aimless immersion in the totality of being. Other examples include creating art or music, lar pour lar, and having enlightened sex out of pure love and animalistic instinct. Spiritual practice is irrational only if it violates a broader rational frame so that it interferes with instrumental rationality. Two examples are the mindful, unprotected banging of a sexy stranger when one would actually want to shop for a birthday present for his wife, and second, the incessant focus on one's breath and body when one should be productive at work, both of which contradict reason rather than transcending it. So, as long as language games are not mixed up and the general rational frame is maintained, we can conclude to venture beyond rationality into spirituality is not irrational.